Hi guys. So today topic, let's start about the filter and SUMX, MAXX and other functions. So before we start, let me ask you something. Have you ever written a DAX formula that works perfectly on the row, but row give the wrong grand total? Or maybe tried calculate profit, but you can't not or you couldn't do it without creating an extra column. So stop thinking again, because the real problem is not your formula, it is your understanding of the filter and iterator functions. And in this video, I will explain both concepts step by step and solve a business assignment where you calculate total cost and profit using the SUMX. So if you want to be master in the raw context, filter context and advanced DAX calculations, so please keep it up. Let's jump on the topic today. First, try to understand what is the filter DAX. So in the filter DAX, filter itself filters something from the data. Filter something the your unique data which you want to filter, like any country data you want, any year data you want, or in the price, if you have a price, so any price specific data you want. So if you want to say return a table that represent a subset of another table and expressions, that was the filter. So filter syntax is very simple. Simply you have to write down the filter over there in the DAX and give the table name and the expression you want. Expression is like filtering something what you want to filter. So that was the filter formulas, right? So let's jump on the Power BI and try to do it the practical way. So more practical we can do, we can understand more. So I'll give you one situation here, as I just writing the formula to make you understand and saving the time. First, I want to calculate the total order and calculating the total price. Make sure this what is happening here. So this price is the column. In this column, I am just creating a measure, and that measure I am just finding some data which is overall from the tax price. So overall tax price is 714 like this. Okay. So they'll give the simply the error like this. Why this is error? Because this is the column, this is the measure, and we can't filter in this. So we require a filter in this formula. How can we apply the filter here? Simply we can put the filter over here. Filter is like, or before filter we'll do one thing. We should give okay, I just remove that. I'll do that again. Product lookup, product price. This is the, make sure this is the column name, and we'll give the number like this. This is the overall price. Earlier I was give the overall price, I was getting error, and now I'll give the number 714.44. that is the overall price, and hit the enter. So this time the error has gone. I'll just put this here. See, that makes sure only the bikes which is averages like this will give the result. But earlier I have given that particular metrics and I'm not getting the result, and I was getting some error over there. So in that case we required filter. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll just put that uh, matrix over there, and now you'll get the error. So how can you fix this error? Simply we require the formula here that is called filter, that I'm trying to make you understand. First I need to give the filter, then where you want to filter, you want to filter a product table, right? So you filter the product table and filter this one, and you need to close the bracket. See, hit the enter. Okay, so this time I require the comma over here. Hit that. See the filter working here properly. So hope you understand why filter is required in this. Let's jump another topic, that is iterator functions. I'll open the Power BI. Let's try to understand theoretical thing, then we'll jump on the practical. So iterator functions or X function allowed to loop through a sum expression on the each row on the table that apply some sort of aggregation to the result sum or max extra. What does it mean? It means if we required filtering or uh, functioning row by row, right? So in that condition we required sum x. What is its syntax? It's simply sum x and table name where you want to give the this calculations and the expressions, what expressions are required into or whatever. Now I am giving the one example here is the sales into the sales quantity, right? So let's try to calculate that thing. I'll open the Power BI and do some practical on it so that it will easy to understand you. So as much as practical you do, you can understand much more better. So first let's try to make you understand, let's try to fetch some revenue. If I'm not created earlier, so I will create it in front of you. Total revenue. No, I think I don't want. I don't have revenue. I have this revenue, but okay, let's use this revenue. All right. So revenue is, I'm just sum of revenues, total revenues here. Hit enter. That is our revenue. And let's suppose I want a total revenue basis on the quantity in the price, right? So what's happened? All right, so I think I remove that thing. I'll just do that again. Total revenue. Okay, let's put CC this time so that we can understand where is that located. Sum. I need some of the revenue from the product table, sales table. Hit enter. That is the actually revenue, right? So let's try to understand this formula. So this formula is basically creating a total sum of the revenue. Okay, I'll do one thing. I just put that revenue in the table so that you can understand. I'll remove all this revenue from here so that I can make another one. Let's take the category name here. I'll do some more visible so that it would be easy to make understand. All right, I'll pull back. I'll do one thing, put it here, put that, so it will visible like this. Anyway, and we required, let's suppose the total quantity here, quantity sold, we required in the sum. So accessory this much sold, right? $84,114. We sold the total quantity. Now what is the total revenue? Total revenue is total revenue. Put it here. The total revenue is this much. Now let's suppose we required the revenue. In that revenue we required the total quantity and the price into the price. So if I'll do the sum without the SUMX, what will happen? Okay, total revenue. I'm just doing it for make you understand so that maybe you can understand much more well. Total revenue. I need to create one column, one measure. Total revenue. Put the okay. So that is the wrong. So that because I'm using a sum here. All right, sum, and let's suppose somewhat order quantity from the sales. That is function is done, and I'm multiplying the sum of total retail price in sales table. Let's suppose this is a retail price. I'm just multiplying it, and I'm just writing the enter. So there's no problem in this formula. But what is the problem is? The problem is if we give the result, see the number. Does it make sense? This number? No. Why it is happening? Because they're calculating. Let's jump on the sales table and try to understand, because this is sum up this one and multiplying from the each. But what I want to multiply this into this, that amount, this into this, that amount, this into this, that amount, and when this amount is will come, then will sum of that amount, not this into this. So in that condition we require the SUMX. I hope you understand between the sum and SUMX, right? So let's correct that formula, or we'll make another formula using the SUMX. So this time I require total revenue is equal to enter sum x. This time I will take, and the formula is very simple. Where I want to sum x? In the sales data. Which column? Sales data quantity. What is the quantity? Total quantity required. Total quantity. $3 number folder. Order quantity. Order quantity, this one, into sales data on the text one, right? So parenthesis close and enter. Now see the result. This time I take the revenue from the SUMX. See the number, and this number is correct, and this number is total matching. So that was I required the SUMX functions. You can see how we calculating sum of the revenue data, right? Revenue I'm calculating from the sales table here. Where is sales table? Sales data. See where is that column located? Revenue. In that revenue, what I'm doing here, into this column, into the product quantity. So I'm just getting this result, but without using that column, I'm multiplying this retail to the another sales quantity, this one, this into this, and using the that one without any helping column, and I'm getting the correct result like this. So this is the wrong result I'm getting, right? So that is the iterated functions. Why we required it, what's different between SUMX and the sum. So if someone asks the question, you can simply give the answer of this. So let's try to jump on some assignment basis on this so that you can understand much more on this topic. Well, I'll just open my Power BI, and before going to the Power BI, let's try to jump on the topic today, some assignment. In that assignment, I will do one thing. If I'll give the assignment here, uh, the video will become very long. So I'll do one thing, I'll create one more video for the assignment. So see you in the next video for that.